Hi, I'm Miles.
And I'm Marika.
And this is I Don't Know What I'm Doing.
Because we don't.
Okay, small fail.
Okay.
But not my fault. So last Saturday, I was like, in bed, lazy, didn't want to get up. And I was like, let me just scroll on Facebook. So what I've noticed, I'm I'm not really super actively trying to date right now, but the guys that I see on Tinder, they're all I never think that they're that attractive. They're sixes or something. Not to use the number system, but it's just they're not doing. They don't do it for me. They don't do it for me, and I'm like, your photos are embarrassing. What are you doing? But then contrast that with the guys I see on Facebook that are mutually friends. Facebook only mutually friend suggests other gay guys to me. That's all it wants to do. Because I'm friends with two people. I'm friends
really working hard.
Yeah. I'm friends with two people that are friends with 2,000 gay people, literally 2,000 gay guys. God. So it just is you're mutual friends with.
Are they a couple?
Mutual friends with this guy.
That live in San Francisco?
No, it's somebody else.
Yeah.
But so Facebook's always the caliber of guy I'm seeing mutually friend suggested to me on Facebook is so much higher than Tinder, and they're all gorgeous. And there's one guy, and I was like, okay, you're gorgeous. Facebook relationship status single.
Ooh.
People don't usually have the relationship status.
Slide the DM.
But it was relationship status single, and I was like, I'll friend you. Friends me back right away.
Awesome, Miles.
And then I'm and it's 9 a.m. So I was like, hey, you're a fellow morning person too. Scene. 4 hours later, still no message. I was like, so you're gonna leave me on read? It says you're fucking single in your fucking thing. You friend me right away. Did you just look at my photos and you were like, not for me? What?
I think it was the message. You have to do the double Y. The hey double Y. Because then you know what's up.
That's what you mean. I thought you were literally typing 2 Y's. You mean
no,
Heyy.
Hey double Y.
Oh, and that means that you're down DTF.
Yeah, you're DTF. Yes.
I mean, I wasn't there to DTF. I was DTM, down to get married.
Okay.
DTGM.
Well, they don't have to know that. They don't have to know that. That's just starting the conversation. Yeah.
So that was my fail, Marika.
My fail was probably not taking care of my parents' cats. I mean, I did, but this is a very small, not a big deal, I feel like, fail. So my parents went to...
What are their cats' names?
Okay, their cats' names are Tiger, he's basically a Maine Coon cat, and his sister is called Red Nose, which is my mom's cat, because she has a very pink nose, and my mom, it's my mom, okay, and they don't look anything alike, even their brother and sister, whatever. So my parents went to Netherlands,
Wait, what?
Yeah, Amsterdam and Belgium and stuff. Yeah, they went on this river cruise for old people.
Viking?
No, the other one. I think
the one that my sister-in-law works for?
Yeah, I think so. Because they also got a family and friend discount for
From who?
Some customer at the restaurant or something. I think they only pay $2,200 for everything for each person. But that includes meals, I think the ticket, I don't know. It was
But it's only through the Netherlands and Belgium?
That's the trip they chose.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they left on Tuesday. My parents left them a lot of extra water, a lot of extra dry food, clean the litter boxes. So I visit them on Thursday, and I didn't clean the litter boxes, but I gave them more water and food. But I didn't clean the litter boxes because I'll just come back on Friday when I sleep here. Did I sleep at my parents' house? Nope. So, dirty litter boxes at my parents' house.
But when was the litter box last cleaned?
Probably on Tuesday.
Okay, I feel like people go weeks.
Yeah. I feel
also, was part of that motivated by the fact that your parents' cats hate you?
Yeah, they don't like me. Tiger will hiss at me just for walking by. Not even attempting to cuddle or pet him, just walking in front of him. Okay? He'll hiss at me as I'm giving him wet food. And we all know Pets love wet food. Okay? They love that shit. They come running.
Guys, it's their crack. Okay?
Okay, if you guys know what crack is, I do. No, I don't.
I only do wet crack.
Cocaine? No.
You put it in a bowl with some water and you just make a little paste.
Like baking soda?
Mm-hmm. Then you put it in your hair and it just absorbs through the scalp. Yeah.
Okay. So, no, like he'll like lurk kind of like around the kitchen, like that, or the very like outside perimeter of the kitchen, or within the kitchen, like very out, like the farthest you can go, but still be in the kitchen. And he's like wanting the wet food, and like he's still hissing at me, but then he'll like kind of like inch close. It's really dumb.
But did he touch you?
No, he like does this stupid game that he plays very hard to get. It's very annoying because he's so puffy, you guys, and he's so cute, and he's a Maine Coon, and he's, oh my god, he's so cute. Like, so I'm like Elvira, where I just want to squeeze and love the shit out of him. That's me.
We should do an episode that's I don't know how to have a pet, and we just tell our like pet stories because we've gone on pet journeys.
Yeah, we
And
have.
I'm like, now I don't want to give away Marika's whole pet journey of always wanting something that loves her, but her pets never do. But
So like he'll run away from me, but then he'll come back, and he'll like lurk around and like just watch me of like where I'm going and what I'm doing. And then sometimes if I'm like home by myself and like watching TV, he'll like just roll around with his paws up and like, you know, just like do like little meows and like just roll around and showing his belly. And then
does he put his paws up because Lady Gaga asked him to, or just on his own?
On his own.
Michael, that's a reference for you.
Yeah, Michael, where's our question? Anyways.
It's fine, you guys. Marika doesn't listen to our podcast. So.
I just, you know,
I listen to
myself
them
all the time.
next day just to be like, are we consistent? Like, is it boring? Like, what can we change?
I don't feel like I'm boring.
Okay.
But like he teases me, like, oh, look at how cute I am. Oop, I'm gonna run away now. I'm like, fuck you. So awful. It's so terrible. So that's my adult fail, I guess.
I would say you're a failure.
Yeah. I'm definitely a failure, for sure. Like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Answering your questions, guys.
So, yeah,
the few questions that we have.
This episode, I don't know how to answer your questions.
Yeah.
We got a whole slew of questions initially, and I'm sorry that's taken us so long to get back to them. If you haven't asked a question, shame on you. So our first question, I think we answered this on a previous podcast, and I edited it out. Oops! These episodes get long sometimes.
Because we ramble.
Our first question is, I am 30 and I don't know how to do my taxes.
Okay.
Or have anything to do with them. I don't know what is a W-2, what is a W-4. And anything to do with money. How am I still alive? That's kind of a separate question.
Okay.
So we're going to make this answer as sexy as possible.
Mm-hmm. Maybe like your W-2. Okay, I got it. So W-4 is federal income tax.
And
that the company withholds from your paycheck.
And W-2
is like Medicare, Medicaid, like.
But that's federal programs. Those are federal programs.
No, they're state. Social Security also is federal though, but like some things are federal and there's some things are state on your W-2.
And that's why we have a 2 and a 4.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Thank you for coming to our podcast for tax help.
You're welcome. Don't need TurboTax, okay?
Oh, to answer your question of how you're still alive, blood, oxygen. Okay, interior. Our friend is asking about interior design.
Okay.
How do some people have the cutest apartments, and why do I just have all my stuff pushed up against the walls?
Probably because.
Excuse me, I'm gay, so I'm gonna answer this question.
Doesn't he have better style?
I know. I'm just writing a stereotype.
You should.
I mean, look at this closet.
I'm looking at this awesome green shirt that Miles, like green and white shirt that Miles got at the store. It's really cool. I love like the tapering at the bottom and the collar and that Miles made. And that like
I tore the collar off and then sewed the collar band shut.
see, it looks so cool, but there's like that nice detail that the top there with like the green thread. I noticed that.
So does that answer your question? Interior design. My first boyfriend was all about pushing everything up against the walls, and I was like, no, why? What are you doing?
What does that mean exactly?
It's like you have we had this living room situation in Minneapolis, and it was like, let me just shove like
the sofa,
this bookshelf against the wall, right next to a desk, no space between them, also against a wall, next to the TV, next to another shelf, next to the rabbit cage, like
I never lived
next
like
to
that.
the couch, and then it was just like
with my
the
parents.
middle of the room is empty and everything is
on one side. That's
around
so
the edge.
Weird. That's weird to me.
Like you're fortifying against like a defense.
That's weird.
You guys, here's a trick. Putting a book, you can put a bookshelf in a corner. Not against the walls though, so
right.
It's like hitting both walls.
Okay.
And it's like on the diagonal.
Okay.
Took me 27 years to learn that. And don't be afraid to put the couches back to you. It's okay if you walk into a room and the back of the couch is to you, because that's creating like a little half wall and a little cozy little area.
Huh. Okay.
And then if it's awkward I don't know how big of a space you have, it's awkward that the back of the couch is to you, you can just put a table against the back of the couch and then slap some family photos on that shit.
Yeah.
And put a runner, and then it looks intentional.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like, you don't push a couch against the wall that way.
Honestly, like, my parents are very good at interior design. Like, I don't know where they got their ideas. Like, I think they just, like, looked at magazines and TV shows, like HGTV or whatever. And, like, just kept going to the expo, which is basically the Home Depot that was fancy. But now
the expo?
Yeah, it's called the Expo.
In Chicago or somewhere else?
It was in Schaumburg.
Oh.
It was called the Expo. It's by Home Depot, and they had all those like other fancy things there that were like more upscale, but they don't have them anymore. They shut them down because they were.
So they don't push everything up against the wall?
I don't think they do, because like with our couch, like part of it's against the wall, and then the other part.
It's an L.
Other part of the couch is like the back is open, so it's not.
Well, I feel like your parents kind of break it up too, because they have like vases and plants and art and sculpture and you know.
Yeah, that's how they done it all the time, every day. So
I think a lot of people just don't. So many people just think that like you just move your furniture in and you're done.
Yeah,
but it's like no, hang shit on the walls.
Or like paint your walls. My parents like have done a lot of painting in their last, or I guess not their last, but their current house. Like they have like huge like tall like ceilings in like the atrium entrance way, whatever. Like the middle of the house is just like this huge tall ceiling, and they put like vertical stripes, and it's a different texture. Like it's like dark, like a maroon red, and one's kind of like a
matte.
No, like one stripe's a matte finish, and then one's like a gloss.
Yeah.
And then like in the living room, it's like yellow and orange, but there's an accent orange wall, and the rest of the walls are like yellow. Things like that. They've always like liked color. Like
They chose good colors.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't understand like why people like never painted like other than like pastels and white.
Yeah. Ew. Buttermilk. So that answers your question.
Does that answer your question? Also, you have good taste. So
yeah, I'm surprised that our listener asked this question, because I'm like, I feel like they know what they're doing.
Right.
But
so I think maybe like the problem is organizing stuff or wanting to, because I also have that problem and I don't. I don't know how to overcome that, honey.
You guys stay with me. I'm sorry if it's gonna sound a little quiet because I have to face the computer. But this question, I think it might be interesting to talk about disposable income. For example, my family is spending all our savings on medical bills and babies, while I see other adults our age taking 4 trips to Disney. My brother and stepsister, brother and sister-in-law, that's them. I see other adults taking 4 trips to Disney or Universal a year, or going to France. I think that's a little dig at us, but we.
It's called not having kids.
Nous étalons en France. That's so bad. I know the main difference is having kids, but I don't know what it's like to be able to travel and just go somewhere. I don't know if you have guests yet. It might be fun discussion. We still have to have guests. Okay. Yes, I would say don't have kids. It's too late. I can't answer that for you because I feel like kids take every bit of your money.
This is my advice. This is going to be really terrible, I feel like.
Disposable income.
I think you would need to have like a side hustle, like a side job.
Oh, wait, no, that's good. Because, okay, here's the deal. My brother and sister-in-law have 3 kids.
Yeah.
They go to, oh my God, this is perfect. They go to Disney World every year.
Right.
It's kind of a lot, in my opinion, but they go every year.
I know somebody that goes a lot more than that.
But they have kids. My brother does like make that hotel money, baby. But my sister-in-law has an Etsy business, and that's what pays for the Disney World vacation.
Yeah.
Just on her Etsy business, that's like her mom job. So that is a good idea because I know our person who wrote this question, and they're like very creative and crafty and artsy and stuff. So I mean, obviously, when your kids are really young, I don't think she was doing it when she first had kids, but now that like
they're like more independent.
I don't know. She does it with 3 kids, and Lucas is young.
So, like, I think, like, you need to have a side hustle.
Yeah.
Like, something that, like, this money is going to be for vacation.
Yeah.
Like, even it could be, like, driving your Uber. And, like, you know, that, I mean, granted, it's probably only 10% of each trip. But that shit adds up. Just, like, waitressing and serving, like, everyone's like, oh, you're only getting, like, $5 per check. Like, yeah, but how many tables am I serving? Like, fucking 20.
But I think for her having kids and probably having to stay home with them, I think Etsy is really good. Like, something like that. Because it's something you can do in the home.
Right. But then, like, Uber, too, like, you can make your own schedule and you don't have to work every day. And, like, you could just, like, work when you want to.
Yeah.
And also, like, budgeting and stuff. Like, there's so many things that... like, not budgeting, I'm sorry, like, research. Like, because I feel like I always see, like, when we went to France, how much was our ticket? Like, $400, like, round trip?
Yeah, our tickets were
like,
so...
less than $500.
The entire trip was, like, was $1,000 for me. For you. And that was our flight, all of everywhere we stayed, although it was $1,000 total for everything for a week.
Everything.
Because we did the dirt cheap version.
And, like, you know, hostels now are very nice, clean, and safe. And a lot of them accommodate for, like, families. They'll, like, hey, do you want to book a whole room for yourself? Like, or do you want to share?
We did a whole room for ourselves.
Or, like, and it's so much less expensive than a hotel. So, yeah. And there's, like, and also, like, you could travel the United States, too. There's so many things to see. And, like, you don't have to fly somewhere. You could drive, take a road trip. Like, a lot of things.
There's some cool Midwest stuff that people forget about. Cincinnati, loved it.
Cincinnati.
Trying to go again this summer.
Okay,
so our next question is men's grooming, and more particular facial/skincare. Splash of water in the morning is the most I do, but I feel like Danny Trejo /a raisin by the time I'm 40.
Yeah, Danny Trejo is from Grindhouse, in case you guys didn't know, and if you don't know what Grindhouse is, I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, anyways, so my advice is it really depends on your skin. If you feel dry, oily, combination, or normal. I feel like this person is normal for the most part.
There's a third thing, right? Dry, oily, and sensitive, and normal.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
There's also combo, too. Because
isn't sensitive like you're more likely to break out?
Yeah, but that's like oily. That goes with oily.
Oh, okay.
So it's like...
Y'all, I'm dry.
We know.
Just so dry as a bone.
But this person is normal. I'm pretty sure. So you just want to get a mild cleanser. Cetaphil, it's called.
Cetaphil?
Thank you.
It's actually very interesting because I work on Burt's Bees for my job, and they're trying to compete with Cetaphil.
Yeah, it's very mild. You just splash water in your face, get it wet, and then you just put a little bit of that on. And you want to be gentle.
In the shower.
You could do it in the shower so your pores open up. Or, you know, you could do it at night. But, like, be gentle. Don't fucking scrub, like, vigorously with your hands. No. Little circles all around because your face is delicate. Delicate flower. Okay? It's not like it's like obviously it's still your skin, but it's not like the skin in the rest of your body. All right? It's delicate. Okay? So you have to treat it with care. If you want to look like Trejo, dude.
So cleanse once a day.
Cleanse once a day because, again, like, you know, just because you don't wear makeup, like, there's pollution and dirt and oil and things happen on your face that you don't know about, like mites, mating, and shit like that.
I had this coworker. She was an esthetician, and she was like, I mean, obviously, I do not do this, but she was like, you should never touch your face unless your hands are clean. And I was like,
Yeah.
I touch my face all day. I rest my hands on my face on my hands.
I know. She's a saint.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sure.
Her face was great.
I will say that
beautiful.
I my entire life until like last month, like just wash my face with soap in the shower, and then I switched to Burt's Bees cleanser.
Yeah.
No difference. So, you know, that's my skepticism, but I'm not just do what Marika says probably.
But you don't feel a difference with your like how your skin feels?
No. Okay.
Also sunscreen.
Oh yeah. Get married to sunscreen. Okay, ghosting etiquette. Should there be a consolation prize for dating, like, at least the sex was good? Or at least I learned something? Sucks to just have complete radio silence.
Okay.
The way that this question is worded, I'm not sure if they're asking how they can ghost people or how they would like to be. I think they're asking what's a good way to, like, cut off contact with somebody.
I think, yeah.
This is my rule. This is how I play it.
Okay.
I don't believe in ghosting.
Okay.
Unless it's mutual.
Okay.
So, like, I went on 3 dates with a guy this fall. I was like, I'm not planning on texting you.
Okay.
Because he was kind of, like, pressuring me to move really fast in, like, bed and stuff. And I was like, we haven't really built the intimacy that I need for me to really care about what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Like.
That's not me at all. Okay.
And whatever. So I was like, I'm not going to text you after the 3rd date. And he never texted me after the 3rd date.
Okay.
So that was fine.
Yeah.
If he had reached out to me, I would have then said, I would have responded and been like, oh, hey, like, I had a lot of fun with you, but I'm not interested. Mm-hmm. You're a great guy. I'm just not, like, feeling it or whatever. Right. Like, I would, it's really easy over text to just be like, hey, oh my God, you're great, like, blah, 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 but it's just not happening for me. Like, you just be kind of vague. So that's my rule.
Mm-hmm. For me, so back in the day, I would not like, oh, you want to have sex? I guess I'm drunk and I'm here, so guess we're doing that.
Like they do on the Discovery Channel.
And the way I ghost a lot of people because they want to just fuck me, and it's really fucking annoying. Like, I have this guy from Columbia College, from one of my classes, who he constantly DMs me on Facebook.
Still?
Not constantly, I'm sorry.
But like to this day?
He hasn't done it this year.
Okay.
But pretty consistently, at least a couple times a year, he'll say, hey, how are you? What's going on? Something. This has been going on for probably 6+ years. Like, you could look at the history, and I've never responded. Not, like, I responded while we were in, like, school together, but, like, after we graduated, I never responded. So I'm like,
did you guys ever do anything?
No, we
that's
just
kind
like
of a different situation.
We talked like in like, like college. That was it. It's so weird. So
I wouldn't call that ghosting. You're just like ignoring it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Like, I guess
ghosting is when you've like
probably what you go on dates. Because for me, like, I haven't gone on a lot of dates.
Marika, you're like, wait, so a date? Am I saying that right?
Like, I haven't.
I mean, I think there are.
Or like consistently, like
he
fucking.
asked it also, like, it could be like you had sex.
Okay, I would like to have someone, if I was hitting them up several times and they never replied, I would like for them to be like, hey, like, it was great. I don't want to fuck you. I'm sorry. Or whatever. Or like, I don't know. I just like, I'm fine with ghosting because I'm like, okay, I get it.
They're like, hey, when are we going to hang out again? You just ignore. That's what ghosting is.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
No, I hate that.
Because, like, it's just sex. If we were dating.
My same point. It's just a text. That all you have to do is just send a text. And it's courtesy.
From a girl
It's
standpoint,
respecting
it's different because like you just want to fuck me. You don't want to get to know me. You don't want to have any quality time with me. Go fuck off.
I mean, I guess if you can tell that, yeah, I get it.
Go fuck off because that's like 99.9% of the time. That's what that is.
You guys, please don't build a relationship on a foundation of sex. We
Yeah,
learned that in 8th
we
grade.
learned that from Dare.
It's not. I learned it in 8th grade. I was like, you can't build a house on dessert. You know.
Okay.
Gotta build it on those carbs and the fruits.
But
and
I
veggies.
always like hear about people like I had a one night stand and now we're married. I'm like, what the
I think
fuck?
in this day and age that could happen, but it's just like, I have to like love the whole idea of like you play a little hard to get with that shit.
Oh, girl, I invented that game.
Okay. Next question. Okay, so our next question, we were asked, I don't know how to quit my day job to do more creative pursuits. I don't know that we are equipped to answer that question.
We're not equipped to
At
answer any of these questions.
But I like this other question, like, and this is very Chicago, where if you live in a city, like, I don't know how to deal with my gentrifying neighborhood.
Yeah. I don't know either. What does that mean exactly? Like, it's like becoming obviously more safe but less cultural, right?
So I live in Logan Square, which is
Chicago.
in Chicago, which is gentrifying a lot and has been gentrifying probably. I mean, some people would say for the last
10 years.
Some people would say since like 2000, but I think it's really ramped up in the last like. I mean, really, it's happened 10, and then it's really somebody hit the gas pedal in like I think 2012.
Yeah.
Because huge high rises. I mean, when I first lived in Logan Square in 2010,
There was no high rises.
All these high rises were not here.
No.
There really was no nightlife. There were a few bars
There
that
were
we would go
bars.
to.
Yeah.
And I remember us back then, like, there was a lot of talk of people gentrifying because it was kind of like, again, we weren't the first wave because I knew people that moved to Logan in 2003 and stuff. But, like, we were part of that kind of early generation of, like, young people moving to the city for the first time.
Right.
We're starting to move to Logan, which was
Millennials.
a typically family, more Hispanic, like, Mexican, Puerto Rican neighborhood. But even then, I remember my friends being like, you can call us gentrifiers, but, like, we're shopping at, like, Mexican-owned grocery stores, and we're shopping at all these local businesses, and we're bringing money to the local businesses.
Right.
Now it's flipped, where all those local businesses are closing. They're gonna build a Target. This bar, the Two Way that we used to go to, is now
closed.
this like gross bar. That Two Way closed. It's been open since like the 80s. That closed. So a lot of that stuff now that made the neighborhood unique and cool is gone. Marika, how's your phone call?
Oh, it's Zachary. Sorry.
So I think it's like tough when you know, like you can kind of feel responsible for that change. But then it's like at this point it's changed too much where it's gone like, not to use the term hipster, but it's gone like kind of that like young starving artist kind of thing to full on like yuppie.
Yeah.
I see like sports fan bros in my neighborhood.
And like those
stuff
like
now.
micro coffee places is like $5 for like a fucking small latte or whatever. Like so pretentious. I'm like, this is just a regular coffee. Like I don't get it. So just because you have like nice wood paneling like on your fucking walls and everything's aesthetically pleasing like doesn't mean shit.
Yes. Just because you don't have everything pushed up against the sides of the walls.
Like just because like everything has clean lines, like what the fuck ever. Yeah, like I honestly, I mean, it's such a great area because again, like I'm a millennial and I'm part of gentrification, even though I am.
Well, it's not just being a millennial. I think it's also part of being, and not to, people in America never want to talk about class, but it's being part of like middle class and moving into a low income neighborhood.
Yeah, that's what that is.
It's starting to drive the price up.
Right.
And then they start to build stuff for upper middle class.
So.
And starts to push middle class a little harder.
But it's like, I want to live in a low income neighborhood because I like to have a savings account, okay? Like that's what I like. So it's like it's difficult cuz like I wish like things would like gentrify, but in a way like there's
in a way that everyone could enjoy it.
Right.
Like the families that have been here because
like stop with these stupid like cookie cutter like apartment buildings now that are like so modern, and I'm like, what?
It doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. What the fuck is this doing here? Like, it doesn't need to be here. Like, get the fuck out. I want this to be a vacant lot still.
Right.
Like, I don't like you.
Right.
And it happens so quickly. It happens so fucking fast. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like when you listen to, like, you go see, like, a band live, right?
Yeah.
And they're, like, a rock band. And then you listen to the album, and, like, you want that kind of rock, raw messiness on the album. That's kind of, like, a neighborhood. That's how it feels alive.
Right.
But then it's, like, the neighborhood, like, the album is, like, overproduced. It's too clean, glossy.
Right.
Because everyone's like, I want to feel safe when I push my stroller and my dog that I paid $1,000 for and my
oh my god, and my like no chip nails.
And I'm not comfortable with like, what's that guy doing over there? I'm scared of that guy that I don't know because he doesn't
just
look
walking
like
because he's
look
dark.
like me. And it's like that attitude is like so fucked
so
up.
fucked up.
But with gentrification, I think about my there's like my ex's friend who his family lives in Logan. I think they rent, but they're Mexican, and like it was very interesting hearing from his mom's perspective because she was like, this neighborhood used to be so dangerous, and you know she had to raise her kids in this neighborhood, and she was like, it's so much better now and it's so much safer.
Yeah.
So I think we think of like they're like, no, I hate all the hipster gentrification, but it's like those families are benefiting from it, but then the rent gets too high where they can't enjoy the safety.
Be honest.
Yeah, basically I think that all housing should be communist. And I don't believe that people should be able to buy property and flip it. I don't believe in any of that shit. I think that there should be designated property that is like low income, middle income, high, and like those prices never change, and that is guaranteed.
Right.
But we live in a capitalist thing where housing is a commodity to be bought and sold like anything else and to be made money off of, and no one's guaranteeing there's enough property for young families and young people
or people that are struggling, like
people that are struggling. There's no guarantee.
Stuff.
People are just tearing that shit down and building luxury condos.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up.
Yeah, like, but I kind of agree with you where it should be like a mix.
Yeah, I think there should be stuff available at all price points.
Yeah,
I mean, we dealt with this in Batavia. Look what just happened there.
What happened?
So Batavia, there's this factory called the Campana Building, which is this beautiful Art Deco building, and they were recently trying to turn it into low and mixed income housing, and Geneva and Batavia fucking flipped their shit.
I thought they didn't like it because of the busy intersection that was by there, and I'm like, there's right? I thought that was the main reason.
No, they were just, in my dad's words, didn't want brown and black people and poor people.
Oh my god!
Because people thought it was going to bring their housing values down. That's what people were concerned about. And Geneva didn't even get to vote on it because it was a Batavia issue, but they were fucking pissed, and everyone had those signs in their yards that said no Campana, and they had all these city meetings.
That's what that was about?
Yeah. And they had all these city meetings about it because people were afraid that low income would bring their fucking housing values down. And
well, maybe the property taxes will go down too. Property taxes are so high in fucking Batavia. Like, what the fuck?
I think they worried the value of their home.
Oh my god, that happens no matter with or without the families. Like,
but the developers eventually, there was so much consternation around it, they just were like, fuck this, and they pulled out.
So now they're gonna I'm not sure if it's the same company, but now they're gonna build in downtown Batavia.
Low income stuff?
No.
Or
like an apartment building, like a new one.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like, wow.
Our guest.
Our guest is here. I was more concerned because the Campana building, you can't open the windows. That's what I was concerned about. I was like, Dad, can they open windows in that building? Because it's all frosted glass. I was like, can they see out of the windows? Would you really want to live in it? I don't know.
I think they would. I don't know what they would do with that building, though.
No, successes. We have successes. Successes, guys.
I think for me, like, to be honest, like, just actually getting to work on time. I've said this before, I know, but that was not a thing for me before. Like, I struggled with that because I didn't give a shit.
Struggle with getting to work on time?
Yeah, like, because I didn't, like,
What's the latest you've ever been?
Probably like an hour.
Wasn't there some time in Chicago where some job you had where you were 2 hours?
Probably. And that was like probably at Prosno when I worked there.
That sounds right.
And I would be like, I partied the night before and I like woke up. I'm like, oh my God, I need to be at work now. Thank God I worked down the street. But then also like I was living with my parents one time and I woke up and I had to go to work. And I'm like, I'm not going to work. I'm calling off. And I did. And it was fine, obviously. But like with this job, like before other previous jobs, I was like a minute or two late, like 5 minutes late, 7, 10. I'd be like, it's fine. As long as it's not 15, like that's cutting it. And like, but now I'm like a few minutes early. I should be earlier, but I'm there by 9 at my desk or in the building. So that's, even though I don't want to do what I'm doing forever, I'm really like proud of myself that I'm like actually like growing up and like taking this seriously finally.
Marika just rolled her eyes at herself.
So, yeah. Also, I'm talking to a guy with a relationship with another person.
Marika's becoming the other woman.
I'm becoming a mistress, you guys. Oh, more on that later.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that develops.
So,
my success. Okay, can I do an accent?
yeah, absolutely.
This week, I saw a film about a brother who wanted to steal the throne from the Black Panther. But the Black Panther and his friends said, fuck you, go away. Go away and fuck you. So I saw Black Panther.
Finally, what?
Obsessed with how I have always loved. I don't want to say how people from Africa talk because obviously that's like 60-something countries. But I remember listening to a guy, like a pastor from Nigeria talk. Obsessed with that. People from this movie, obsessed with that.
Yes.
People from Ladies and Unborn Detective Agency,
Oh.
which is in Botswana, obsessed with how they talk.
Yep.
People from Invictus, which is South Africa, obsessed with how they talk. So I think all of Africa just fucking talk to me. Because I like, just it's so clear and the vowels are so good.
So good.
Like.
So hot. And
how
their skin is so beautiful.
They roll their R's, which I always like love.
Oh.
They'll be like, root. The root. It's great.
Oh my God.
So saw Black Panther, obsessed with their clothes. Finally saw it. Obsessed with everyone's so beautiful.
Everyone's so beautiful. Their skin is
and I think about this
time.
sometimes because our Hollywood is so white, right?
Oh yeah.
And straight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm always like, damn, non-white people in America and globally and whatever, well, especially America, have to watch white people all the time. And is there or But then I'm watching Black Panther and everyone's black except one character, and I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just like, oh my God, she's badass. I love him. He's a jerk.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, they broke the Titanic box office record.
Right. I mean, more people exist on the earth now, but it was a matter of time. But I know.
That hasn't happened.
It's just.
Wait, Avatar maybe did that. I don't know.
Avatar did, but I think that
whatever. James Cameron.
Black Panther, a much better movie.
Better watch your back, okay?
So yeah, saw Black Panther. Finally, it was great. Lots of fun. Am I gonna see Avengers? No.
What the?
I haven't seen any of them in theaters, and honestly,
Miles, this one is so good. It's so good. It's great. You should watch it.
I'm just guys, I'm getting impatient. Getting a little impatient. We have had so many Marvel things now, and I honestly feel like they're tripping over backwards to have
DC.
To avoid being their female properties.
What do you mean?
It's such a sausage fest.
Oh.
All the Marvel stuff. Not Black Panther, thank God. Black Panther was women everywhere.
Yeah.
But, there's just I grew up with reading comics and stuff, so I'm always where's this character?
Where's Jean
Why
Grey?
doesn't Storm have her own movie? Why did we cast Halle Berry as Storm? What is she
was a good Storm.
No.
The first one.
I want Storm to be properly African, the character is, which Black Panther gave me hope for.
Oh, she's from Africa?
Storm's from she grew up in Egypt, and then she walked and then lived in Kenya as a teenager, and it's her whole thing is that Professor X finds her, and then she has this she's a goddess, and then she becomes a punk, and Halle Berry didn't really speak to any of that. She's Marvel's biggest female character is Storm.
Right.
She's their most recognizable female character, and they kind of fucked it up.
I guess, yeah.
But then there's like so many other like female Avengers and stuff that they don't have in the movies. Like they're kind of, to me, they're not. You can't whitewash.
Well, you have
like,
to. I recommend
dick washed.
watching the ending credits of Infinity Wars. Like this,
because it
like,
teases like Captain Marvel or something.
Yes.
One step ahead of you.
I know.
Because I know that's like supposed to be coming out soon.
So yeah.
Although I really wanted it to be, I never really know anything about Captain Marvel, but the Captain Marvel that was in the Avengers in the 80s is like black from New Orleans, and she has a fro.
Oh my
and I
God.
wanted it to be that Captain
Oh
Marvel.
my God.
But it's not.
Yes, I love New Orleans.
Or the current like Miss Marvel, who's like a Muslim teenager. That would have been a cool movie too.
Ugh.
It's okay. It's just like a blonde girl.
Blonde girl with huge fucking tits
I mean, if those
and
are
a small
natural.
fucking waist.
Yep.
Yep, and muscularly toned.
Mercury, like all the things.
All the things. That's like, you know. So yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I think that's our
Episodes, maybe minisode.
We burned through all of our questions today.
All of them.
So listeners, I'm looking to you.
Need them.
We want to answer kind of like one question at the end of every episode. I think will be good.
Yes.
So idkpod@gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Thank you for the 8 people that gave us star ratings on iTunes.
Right. 2 of them are probably from me. Ooh.
Please try to write a review. I know people have and it hasn't like appeared, but like me, I don't know. Just keep trying.
Please trying.
I don't know.
We need them, and we need like criticism, like so we could be
Yeah,
better.
email us like stuff that I think every episode's been better. I mean, I know because I'm listening to our podcast.
Clearly, I'm
Marika
not.
needs to catch up on that, but
Well.
okay, so that's it, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Because he's so puffy, you guys, and he's so cute, and he's a Maine Coon, and he's, oh my God, he's so cute.